Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our EAFC 25 career mode here with Southampton. We're back today with loads to crack on with as we are officially into sloggy season. Closed out the summer transfer window in the previous episode and started our Premier League campaign with 3 wins and a draw. So pretty good start. We'll be kicking off our Champions League campaign today away in Austria as we take on Sturm Graz, and we'll also be travelling to the San Siro to take on AC Milan. We'll have the, I think, second or third round of the Carabao Cup as we host Brighton on the south coast, and more big games in the Premier League. But going to try not to natter on for too long, just jumping straight into our first game of the episode, back in the Champions League and looking to make it to the latter stages this season, taking on Sturm Graz in match day 1 of the league phase. Come on, you Saints. So, off and underway in the Champions League, of course. We finished top of the league phase last year and went on, oh dear, Solé, went on to be knocked out by Manchester City in the quarter-finals. This year, looking to go one better. Board want us to reach the final, and I think we're good enough to potentially go all the way. I'm definitely targeting a top 8 finish in the league phase to give us the easiest progression through to the last 16. Yeah, I have made quite a lot of changes for today. I'm giving some of the fringe players and the youth players a chance as St. Maximan floats that in. Marcus Leonardo at the back post. He has started the season off like a house on fire. Yes, we could have given the nod to Archer or Sekumara in this game, but Marcus Leonardo is the main man up top. Our number 9 scores, I think, goal 5 of the season. And I said it, he is coming for the Golden Boot in the Premier League this year and maybe the Champions League as well. As Camavinga intercepts and Cole gets there first and releases Marcus Leonardo. And he's got the pace, tight angle. He couldn't quite get the finish, but the keeper's lost it, and it's in. But Marcus Leonardo's gone down. That is a concern. A terrible piece of defending means that we lead by 2. It's going to be an own goal, but I'm worried about Marcus Leonardo, man. That looked serious. Well, with the game seemingly won already at half-time, it would take a major collapse from here for us not to claim all 3 points. I have taken Marcus Leonardo off, and as I say, I'm worried about that. Cameron Archer did brilliantly for us last year. Oh, Tino, just let that go, lad. Cameron Archer did brilliantly for us last year, but without our main man for potentially a couple of months, yeah, that's a real concern, but we'll have to see how bad that injury is. Ball's loose there. Beerith has it. Shoots. Blocked by Van Dijk. Still alive for Sturm Graz. Solé gets something in the way. Then is dispossessed. Still, the Austrians have it on the edge of the box. And Muric makes a good stop down to his left. Corner for the Austrians goes short. Looking to take on Nathan Teller, who has to be careful. And there's the goal back. Well, no clean sheet for Muric on match day 1, and Sturm Graz with 20 to play have halved the deficit. So Maximan forward to Edozie into the 90th minute. I think we will survive from here. Edozie pegged back for Cameron Archer, and that is a wonderful save by the Sturm Graz shot stopper to keep the deficit at 1. Corner swung into Jaden, and it's up in the air and cleared, but that should do it as we hold on for the 2-1 victory. But the thing that I'm really concerned about is that injury to Marcus Leonardo. I have a feeling it may be more than a bruise, and with the transfer window now shut, we may be looking to Cameron Archer once again in the early weeks of the season. We get back to the menus. How bad is that injury? And there it is, Marcus Leonardo done until probably mid-December. And that is a huge blow. I said that this man would be coming for the Golden Boot this year. 4 goals in the Premier League in our opening 4 games. Scored on match day 1 of the Champions League. But will now miss 3 months of the season due to injury. Man, that is such a blow as we see Patrick Marshall wanting a scholarship. He's actually grown really, really well in the academy. You've probably not seen him. But yeah, he's doing really well. He's one of the Season 1 Youth Academy OG, so we will give him a scholarship as I don't want him to leave. But jumping into our next game, Middlesbrough at home at St Mary's. Of course, no Marcus Leonardo, so we're calling on Cameron Archer once again. And it does beg the question, do we potentially look at recalling Connor Cox, the youngster? He got some game time in Season 1 as a 16-year-old, now 20, out on loan at Stade Rennais. Do we recall him and give him a chance in the first team? We'll see how we get on with Cam leading the line for now. And I'm hoping that he can get off to a goal-scoring start in his first start of the season. Come on, you Saints. Yeah, if you can think back to the beginning of last year, Cameron Archer went on a really good run, and it was against the newly promoted sides that he started that off. I think it was Norwich, Burnley and whoever else we played at the beginning of the campaign. He scored quite a few goals, and that kind of set the early pace for him. So taking on newly promoted Middlesbrough here, who is struggling to kick off the campaign, I'd certainly love for Cameron Archer to notch up a goal or two just to boost his confidence, as he's now going to be the main man for the next couple of months. McGree dispossessed by Tino, who brings the ball forward. Hayden Hackney for company, a familiar face if you watched our Sheffield United save last year, as that's brilliant from Archer, but what a tackle that is. Yusuf gets in the way, that's why he's in the team. Stein to Cam, and Cam does brilliantly, and Martson just couldn't get away. And again, I'm not sure who that is at the back for Middlesbrough, but twice now he's made crucial interceptions as we've gone through on goal. Good early pressure from us though as Yusuf. It'll come for Stein, and that's an absolute rocket, and nobody is getting in the way of that. We've been pushing and probing, and finally, after 20 minutes, the Saints have the breakthrough. Kudus into Yusuf, probably the last chance of the half this. Stein, the goal scorer, into a dangerous position. There's Kudus and Cam, and there is Anthony Gordon drifting in off that left flank. 2-2 in the Premier League for the new man. And he looks like another brilliant acquisition in the summer from Newcastle United. Points should be in the bag from here. Taylor spots the keeper off his line. Oh my goodness. In the wet, rainy conditions. And he was so close. As Stein then hits the crossbar as well. That is ridiculous, man. Taylor from the halfway line. Stein from about 25 yards. And oh my goodness, in the rain, I saw the keeper off his line and went for it. And we were inches away from that halfway line goal. Gordon. Saints fans in full voice as we come forward again. That's lovely football. And Yusuf doesn't get many. And there is Stein. And again, it's the number 3 in the way. But it drops to Camavinga. And that is a world-class finish from this world-class midfielder, his second of the campaign. And my God, guys, he is so good. 3-0, 3 points, and a brilliant, brilliant victory on the South Coast. Yeah, and there is the whistle, and the referee puts Middlesbrough out of their misery. A really tough start to the season for Michael Carrick's side, and coming to St Mary's is not an easy feat for anybody, and today we showed them there are levels to this game. A brilliant performance, 2 goals in the first half, and then Camavinga's brilliant half volley sealed the 3 points with around 10 to play, and a brilliant, brilliant way to kick off the episode with back-to-back victories. Well, jumping straight on into our next one, third game of the episode and our third competition as well, as we take on Brighton in the Carabao Cup third round. We've never made it past the quarter-final stage of this competition, and although it is our lowest priority, our squad is so strong this year that I do feel that we can compete on all four fronts. I'd love to add another domestic honour to the cabinet, so I will be fielding a strong side for third round as we take on Premier League opposition looking to make it through to the fourth round. Come on, you Saints. Yeah, plenty of changes for us today, but it is still such a strong lineup as Chibi has his effort palmed away, and that just goes to show how well we've done in the summer with our recruitment, and we've really made the squad stronger as a whole, let alone just the starting 11, as Nathan Teller is also denied. And yeah, I think we've got enough to be competing on multiple fronts, as Nathan Wood's header also kept out brilliantly by the Brighton keeper. It's been a fantastic start, but we've not been able to find a way through. Bit of space for Brighton down our left-hand side here. Kai Vaughan caught up the pitch and Gomez looking to cover that space, but Hernandez for Brighton, nicely worked, and De Blanco cuts inside, still has it, and opens the scoring for Brighton. Del Blanco wanted it more than our defenders, cuts inside Jayden, gets a little bit fortunate, but then gets there before Wood and Gavin, and with a bit of a deflection puts the away side in front despite all the early pressure from the Saints. Well, we absolutely bossed that opening 45 minutes. Not a huge amount of clear-cut chances, but all the possession, all the territory, and most of the shots. But it's Brighton who lead at the break, and I just think maybe we're not cut out for this competition. Brighton coming forward again, a rare attack for the Seagulls. Oh, it's great feat, and Santiago Jimenez to send Brighton through. And at the first hurdle, Southampton have fallen. I mean, am I going to lose much sleep over it? No, it's the lowest of our priorities this season, but it is still technically a major honour. And we are falling at the first round that we enter. Jimenez drills in the second, and I don't think we're coming back from this. Well, that's going to do it. And Brighton are through to the fourth round of the Carabao Cup. A few boos ringing around St Mary's. I'm not sure the fans would be that upset about it, but as I say, it is a major honour. We huffed and puffed in that second half, but the conditions really didn't help. And fair play to Brighton. They came here, sat in, had very little of the ball and took the two chances that they did get. Southampton out of the Carabao Cup once again. Well, it would have been a championship side in the next round of the Carabao Cup. The Baggies West Brom away at the Hawthorns for Brighton, but it's okay, we'll move on, and our attention does return back to the Premier League, where Liverpool, 5 wins from 5, are currently setting the early pace in the Premier League. We are, of course, still yet to lose, with 4 victories and a draw, and taking on a West Ham side who have had a pretty decent start to the season, away in London, where we do generally have a pretty good record at the London Stadium. Looking to keep the pace with Liverpool at the top in the early stages. Come on, you Saints. Yeah, I have to say we're struggling just a little bit with fatigue in the centre forward role. Cameron Archer didn't start the last game, but is still tired. Sekou Mara completely knackered after playing 90 in midweek, and making me consider even more so of recalling Connor Cox until January, and then maybe looking to loan him out again in the second half of the season. It's really something that I am considering, just so that we've got a third option, and I think Connor's good enough. Here's Cam. Never mind Connor, we've got Cam and Archer looking to create this time for Anthony Gordon. who makes it 3 in 3 in the Premier League. And Cameron Archer saying, Gaffer, we don't need Connor Cox back. I don't care if I'm tired and struggling with fitness. Keep me in the lineup and I will keep delivering. Camavinga forward to Mohamed Kudus. On his old stomping ground, of course. Yusuf into Stein. And there's Cam. This is a lovely build-up. And Stein has got the finish. And makes it 2 in 2 in the Premier League as well. He and Anthony Gordon in fine form. Oh, there's Camavinga again. He is so good, man. St. Maximin back to the Frenchman. And there's Anthony Gordon. Sits up nicely. And this man just cannot stop scoring. And there is our third goal. The two new signings combined, Camavinga to Gordon. It sits up beautifully, but the finish is exquisite. Bends it in off the upright. And Anthony Gordon with his 4th goal of the season, and they've all come in his last 3 games in the Premier League. He is flying at the moment. Wow. That's a bit of an issue, isn't it? Absolutely cruising. And I've made a stupid tackle. And Sem Stein's been sent off. He's been in fantastic form. And he's now going to miss our next game in the Premier League. That is such a stupid tackle from yours truly. Camavinga still at the heartbeat of everything. Gordon, St. Maximin, back to Anthony Gordon. And there is his hat-trick. With the last kick of the game, despite us being down to 10 men, we hit West Ham for 4 again. You know we just love playing these boys. Anthony Gordon bends in his hat-trick. What a performance from the Englishman. And Southampton will be leaving at the London Stadium once again with 3 points and a superior goal difference swing as well. We just love playing here. Yeah, I tell you what, we just absolutely love playing away to West Ham. And that win, it does move us at top of the Premier League. But I'm frustrated about the red card for Sem Stein. But jumping into our next game, taking on AC Milan. A tricky test in the Champions League. Last year in the league phase, we managed to really avoid playing any of Europe's elite. So quite looking forward to this one, travelling to the San Siro. But of course, no licensing for Milan this year does break away from the immersion slightly. But looking to make it 2 wins from 2 in the Champions League. Come on, you Saints. Yeah, tricky test this coming in the Champions League away in Milano. And of course, they've got Benjamin Sesko up top. The man who we were looking to sign when we brought in Marcus Leonardo. But now the Brazilian unavailable due to that injury. So unfortunately not able to go head-to-head today. But yeah, even taking on a big giant like Milan, I still fancy our chances today as that's rolled into Sem Stein. It's a big save and the rebound kept out, and then Oosterwald puts it into the side netting. Yeah, I still fancy our chances today. We've still got a strong lineup out there. Yeah, I'll be honest, guys, not a huge amount to report on in this first half as we look to get Stein through. It's been quite tight and cagey. A couple of tackles starting to fly in now. No foul given though, as Stein finds St. Maximin and looking to roll in Anthony Gordon and just couldn't squeeze the ball through. We've had a couple of moments like that, a few nearly moments, but neither keeper has really been tested in that opening 45. Stein, lovely ball forward to Nathan Teller. Needs a teammate and has Livramento in support. There is Stein and Camavinga who can hit them and does finally force a save out of Mike in the AC Milan goal. Yeah, I'll be honest, I think the lack of a natural number 9 in this game has really affected us. As what a run by Elliot Cole. The youngster looking to peg it back to Lewis Turner, the 2 academy grads linking up. But yeah, thinking ever more so about recalling Connor Cox as Camavinga can't keep it in. Yeah, I just think with Mara and Archer really struggling with fatigue at the moment and us lacking that natural number 9, it makes sense to bring him back and then maybe send him out on a short-term loan for the final months of the season in January when Marcus Leonardo is starting to come back. I'm seriously considering it, and this game is just proof as to why we need it. Now Milan are sensing a winner here. Leao, nice 1-2 through the gap, and this time Muric forced into a real save. Camavinga finds Elliot Cole, and Cole finds Tino, and Tino pegs it back to Lewis Turner. Lovely flick, and Stein for the win. It's off the post, and Stein can't turn in his own rebound. I was trying to finish it off first time, but he took a touch and allowed Mike to get back at him, and we should have won it late on. It's a decent point on the board away in Milan though, and I said before the game, if you can take points off those sorts of teams, then you still put yourself in a good position to finish in the top 8. A clean sheet for Muric. We kept Sesko quiet, and we so nearly won it right at the death. Well, as I say, not a terrible result in the Champions League, that away at Milan. But we'll close out the episode with 2 big fixtures as we take on both Manchester clubs. First United at St Mary's, and then Man City, who are starting to string some wins together at the Etihad. Of course, they are looking to regain their title this season. But Southampton currently sat top of the tree. With a game in hand, we can move 3 clear of Manchester City and Fulham with a win against United. But our games with the Red Devils are usually tight and cagey, and we'll be looking for a win to move us clear at the top. Come on, you Saints. Yeah, my nemesis Joshua Zirkzee starting up front in this one for United, and his opposite number Cameron Archer still waiting for his first goal of the season. He did so well for us last campaign, but yeah, it's been a slow start for the Englishman, and as I say, still yet to score in any competition so far this season. We need him to step up in the absence of Marcus Leonardo, who had started brilliantly himself, but such a shame about that injury. And we discussed potentially bringing back Connor Cox. We've got Joseph, the Rwandan centre forward, out on loan as well, so we have got some options if we did want to look to bring somebody back. And with Cameron Archer so far yet to score, it may be something we look to do in the next episode. Chaibi into Kudus. Kudus gets away and finds Cam, and back to Mohamed Kudus. It's a lovely move, and Kudus at the near post scores his first of the campaign. And Cameron Archer may not have scored the goal, but he does set it up with a lovely little return pass to Mohamed Kudus. Took it on at the near post, beats Vitek. Yeah, I have to say, as the second half gets underway, we're not quite as reliant on having one goal scorer as we were in maybe Season 2, Season 3 of the Save, when Evan Nilsson literally scored every single goal that the team scored. But without Marcus Leonardo, we are having to rely on others to score goals. And, well, we know Anthony Gordon's been in great form. Now our other wide man, Mohamed Kudus, getting involved as well. And it is good to see. Yes, you want your number 9 to be scoring plenty of goals, but it is nice to see other players getting in on the act as well. So, yeah, I don't mind who's scoring the goals as long as they are hitting the back of the net, as that's a lovely little move. And Cameron Archer for 2 this time is denied at the near post. Oh, that's too easy. Sanchez in the gap. Zirkzee not cleared. Oh, and he's just waltzed through me there. And there's the equaliser. Way too easy for United, who haven't caused us too many issues. But Eric Sanchez drills in the equalising goal. But watch this. Oh, there you go. Straight through the gap. And we couldn't get the block in with Taylor. Muric beaten down low at the near post. Corner for United here, who are in the ascendancy. And that's found its way into the middle. No, oh, I don't believe it, man. Sancho sneaks it in past Muric. And from a goal up, we have completely fallen apart. Chance to move clear at the top, and we have completely bottled it. Oh, that's never a penalty, Rare. Oh my goodness. Oh, I thought it was outside, and Bruno Fernandes scores past Muric. I hate playing United. I really, really hate playing United. Do you know, I wasn't even commentating them because I was looking at the clock going, I'd rather they have a free kick than have the ball in the corner. So I thought, just bring your man down, get set up for the free kick, and maybe we get a chance on the counter. And not for the first time in this save, we've given away a late penalty against United, which they've scored. And we are going to lose here for the first time. Oh man, I just hate playing against United. And it's our first Premier League defeat of the season. Well, we'd only conceded 1 goal in the Premier League, but our loss to United there has made things very, very tight at the top of the Premier League. We face City next in a first v second clash. Pretty much identical records for us and Pep Guardiola's side. But the top 6 separated by just 3 points, with Chelsea down in 8th, losing early ground as they look to defend their crown. But Southampton and Man City, both of us rebuilding in the summer, looking to win that Premier League trophy, and now taking each other on in an early season clash as we look to end the episode with a win and remaining top of the Premier League. Come on, you Saints. Yeah, you know, we went such a long time last season before we tasted defeat, and I have done an unbeaten Premier League season before on YouTube as well, but it's such a difficult thing to do. As Maric, wow, early red card for the foul on Kudus. That's a little bit harsh. I think a yellow would have sufficed there, but already Grealish having to be sacrificed for Man City. But yeah, I wouldn't say we were close last year. It never really felt like we were going to go unbeaten. But yeah, it took us a long time to lose our first game. And already this season, just match day 7, and we've tasted defeat for the first time. But that early red card for Maric is going to make things very interesting. And a win here could be huge to close out the episode. Well, it seems like the game is going to be all played in the Manchester City half, as that's saved, and Kudus can't turn in the rebound. Scored last time out against United, but into the side netting. And with City down to 10 men, well, I was going to say you don't see them get outplayed at the Etihad very often, but if you watch the Spurs game recently, you'll know that that's exactly what happened in real life just a couple of weeks ago, or last weekend even, as that's pegged into Archer. And Cam gets half a yard. And I'm rambling about real life fixtures, but in the game, Cameron Archer finally gets off the mark in the Premier League. Was poor against United despite getting the assist, didn't offer us much, but this time drills in the opener past Unai Simon. It's match day 8, and Cam finally has his first Premier League goal of the season, and it's a big one. Gordon, right on the stroke of half time, looks to release Cameron Archer, and Cam does well, holds on to it nicely, and there's Stein and Yusuf, and space for Tino and Kudus and Cameron Archer again, and that's patient from the Saints. The Archer, with his trademark celebration, doubles up, and just like London buses, he waits for 1 and 2 come in the same game right before the half-time whistle, as City were looking to get into the break. Cameron doubles our lead and looks set to send us to the top of the Premier League. Gomez into Gordon, creates half a yard and goes over Rodri's challenge. And that will be a penalty. I've just taken Cameron Archer off for what would have been the chance at the hat-trick. But Southampton with the spot kick, and this will compile Manchester City's misery if we can add a third. I'm going to give it to the man of the moment, Anthony Gordon. Been in fine form has Gordon, and he, wow, absolutely roofs it. Unai Simon goes the right way, but gets nowhere near it. That is some penalty by Anthony Gordon for what I think is his 5th Premier League goal of the season. Terrible limbs in the away end as usual. But Southampton will be heading for a big 3 points in the Premier League. That will leave us top of the table. And that will do it for today's video as well, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Quite a lot of progress made today with our first 2 games in the Champions League. Lots of fixtures in the Premier League where we currently sit top of the tree. And unfortunately, that defeat in the Carabao Cup to Brighton and Hove Albion. But we'll be back in the next episode with more big games as we continue our progress in the Premier League and the Champions League, looking to continue what has been a fantastic start to the season. I'll catch you for the next episode very soon, guys. Take care and peace.